In the original Cinderella, a mother hands her daughter a knife. She tells her to cut off her own toe so a slipper will fit. That is not the darkest part of the story. The real Cinderella was written by the brothers Grimm in 1812. They called it Aschenputtel, the little ash girl. Disney released their version in 1950. What happened between 1812 and 1950 is the reason you never knew any of this. Here is the original story. Cinderella's mother is dying. Her last words to her daughter are simple. Be good and kind, and God will always protect you. Then she dies. The girl goes to her mother's grave every single day and weeps, every day, for an entire year. Then her father remarries. The stepmother has 2 daughters, beautiful on the outside, rotten on the inside. They steal the girl's clothes, force her to sleep on the kitchen floor in the cold ashes, pour lentils into the fireplace and make her sort through them on her hands and knees. They call her Aschenputtel, the ash girl. There is no fairy godmother in the original. There is no pumpkin carriage. There are no singing mice. Instead, the girl plants a small branch on her mother's grave and waters it every day with her own tears. It grows into a hazel tree. A white bird comes to live in that tree. Whatever the girl wishes for the bird drops down from the branches. When the prince announces a 3-day festival to find a bride, the stepsisters go. The girl is forbidden. She visits her mother's grave. The bird drops a gown of pure gold and silver. She goes. The prince dances with her every single night and refuses to touch anyone else. On the final night, the prince coats the palace steps with pitch. A trap. She runs. Her golden slipper stays behind in the pitch. He goes door to door. He will not stop until he finds her. He arrives at the stepmother's house. The first stepsister tries the slipper on. Her foot is too large. Her mother picks up a knife and hands it to her. Cut off your toe. When you are queen, you will not need to walk. She cuts off her toe. She forces the slipper on. She walks out of the house bleeding. The prince lifts her onto his horse. They ride away together. The white birds follow them, singing the same words over and over. Look back, look back. The slipper is full of blood. The prince looks down. He sees the blood. He turns around and brings her back. The second stepsister tries. Her heel is too large. Her mother hands her the knife again. Cut off your heel. When you are queen, you will not need to walk. She does it. She walks out, bleeding. The birds follow, singing. The slipper is full of blood. He brings her back again. He asks if there is anyone else in the house. The stepmother says, there is only the ash girl from my husband's first wife. She is not suitable. The slipper fits Aschenputtel perfectly. She is the girl from the festival. The prince takes her as his bride. At the wedding, the 2 stepsisters walk beside her as bridesmaids. They want to share in her good fortune. As the procession walks into the church, the white birds drop from the trees and peck out one eye from each stepsister. As they walk back out, the birds return and take the other eye from each of them. Both stepsisters leave that wedding blind, permanently, for the rest of their lives. That is how the brothers Grimm ended it. Not with forgiveness, not with a dance, not with a castle. With 2 women walking out of a church in total darkness and never seeing anything again. Disney took this story, removed the knife, removed the blood, removed the birds taking the eyes, added a fairy godmother and glass slippers and singing mice, and gave it to children as a bedtime story. The brothers Grimm published this in 1812. It has been sitting in libraries for over 200 years. This was always the real story. Episode 3 is coming. And what Disney erased from that one will make this look mild.